listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Good evening. We're live on Loudmouth Radio. It's your host, Sunny, and we are live. It is always a fantastic time to be on air. And wherever you are, we're hoping and praying that you're somewhere safe and comfortable and that you have an opportunity to listen to this show in its entirety. It's August 29, 2019, and we are live on air on Loudmouth Radio. So if you're available to listen to us directly in our studio, you would like to talk to us or just listen in over the phone, you can dial directly at 347-826-7520. And if you would like to listen in online, we are live at blogtalkradio.com/loudmouthradio. Make sure you put 2 D's in there, and you'll be able to talk to us directly. Now, we are actually in our tea time season. You know, at summertime, a lot of our content just kind of falls back. A lot of people are traveling, and kids are now getting ready to go back into school. And majority of most places, I know Midwest, northern school districts are going to be going back at it after Labor Day. And it is going into Labor Day weekend. So hopefully those who are in position to take advantage of their 4-day weekend, that you'll have a safe and happy Labor Day. Make sure you get all the food and all the things that you want to do done, and have an opportunity to take advantage of getting some rest. And hopefully everybody will be able to come back refreshed. And those who are starting school and they're starting a new season of their new year and their new classes, that everyone will be ready and ripe. And, Florida market, this storm Dorian is kind of seemingly coming. Maybe so we had a little bit of an interruption there, and I'm not wasn't sure what we had, a little drop moment there. But what we want to do is make sure that, as always, we recognize our actual media partners that support our radio network, and hopefully we have opportunity to kind of dive right in and go from there. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and come right back. We're live on Loudmouth Radio.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Recent auto accident, back pain, neck pain, stress, headaches? Ewing Chiropractic can help. Here at Ewing Chiropractic, our office utilizes an approach of pain relief measures for the treatment of auto accidents, slip and fall, sport, and on-the-job injuries, as well as acute and chronic pain. We can be reached at 678-586-3592 and located at 5459 North Henry Boulevard, Suite C in Stockbridge, Georgia. Healing the injured one spine at a time. We can be reached at ewingchiropractic.com.
Insurance Associates Atlanta, formerly Mathis Insurance Services, is an independent agency offering personal, commercial, life, and health insurance products to meet the needs of your business and your family. We specialize in helping you protect all of your assets, whether you're purchasing insurance for the first time or searching for better products at a better price. Feel free to contact us at 770-483-0310. We're conveniently located at 1030 Remington Drive in Conyers, Georgia. Visit us online at insurance-iaa.com.
Sunny and Jazzy of Loudmouth TV is taking off with a brand new show, Off the Market, with its first season within the beautiful state of Hawaii, featuring some of the most sought-after areas of beachfront and inner island properties on the island of Maui and Oahu. Tune in to each episode with host Jazzy Jones-Smith as she talks to featured real estate agents as they showcase their open house listings to private homeowner tours where you just might find a house that you may want to take off the market.
Okay, and this particular show is supported by Solid Rock Solutions Group of Atlanta. We are so excited of them as a new media partner, and we want to make sure you know how to make sure you can find them online at solidrocksolutionsgroup.com. And we're going to continue to progress as a radio network as we go into our fall season. For those who may be interested in becoming freight broker agents, here's your opportunity now to get an opportunity to get full training from Solid Rock Solutions Group. Freight broker agent training classes are available, offering 20-plus years of industry knowledge with a 2-day workshop on how to enter the $140 billion-plus trucking industry. Learn how to negotiate and establish accounts for shippers and carriers. Learn how to build a database for carriers and direct shippers. Establish broker agent transportation contracts and more. Build a successful career as a freight broker agent today. Classes are September 14th and 15th, 2019, and those classes will be held at 3280 Peachtree Road Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia. Limited spaces available. Special pricing right now at $599.95. Make sure you let them know that you heard this on Loudmouth Radio. For more information, remember to go online, solidrocksolutionsgroup.com, as well as 404-642-0555.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
All right. I believe we have our very special guest, Johnique Taylor, the founder of Solid Rock Solutions Group, LLC. She has over 20 years of experience in the trucking industry as a trucker, driver, as well as a truck company owner. Through many lessons learned, she's been able to remarkably stay aware of trends in the trucking industry and founded Solid Rock Solutions Group, which has helped trucking companies grow and thrive in the burgeoning trucking industry. Now, through her vast and still expanding knowledge, she's doing what she does best, which is taking trucking companies and helping them to be successful and position her company, Solid Rock Solutions, to be a valuable resource for other small trucking companies. Solid Rock Solutions also offers daily operations support, administrative support, 24/7 dispatch services, as well as operational authority setup, freight broker agent training classes, and so much more. Welcome, 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 Johnique Taylor. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you doing today?
Good. I was at a conclusive state. I said, okay, Johnique, we're going to have a redo. Oh, my goodness. We ran a few commercials and wanted to let our listening audience know in regards to the Freight Broker Agent Training course that you're offering in September. So we just made that announcement coming off a couple of commercial announcements and commercial break. How you doing this evening?
Awesome. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Just wrapping up the day now with the trucking, of course. That's what took a few minutes to get logged in. So, but however, everything is good.
Awesome. Well, we want to dive right into it. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about how you started Solid Rock Solutions Group and just a little bit more of your background in trucking. It's very rare that we are having an opportunity to see more women in trucking, and then you being an African-American woman makes it even much more surplus and becoming less rare.
Right.
You know, than what we see typically in a very male-dominated industry. So please, if you would, just kind of share your background of how you got going.
Okay, yes. Well, actually, I started off as a truck driver first. I started back in 1997 in the U.S. Army as a truck driver, 88 Mike Hull, and
Oh, wow.
continued on after I got out of the military from driving. I switched my military license right over, believe it or not, to a civilian license to be able to get started with driving. And just over the
Oh,
years,
wow.
I didn't drive the whole time of that at first. I, of course, went into the brokerage with the freight brokerage part of the business. That's why I gained my experience over the years with the freight brokerage part of the business, as well as working with direct shippers, the shipping and receiving ends of it as well. And then I moved on into the trucking side. When I went back over the road, I traveled the whole United States driving cross country. And again, like you said, you're right. It's not something that you see all the time. Well, actually, back then
Absolutely.
it wasn't something you seen all the time with women driving. But nowadays, women are full effect in this male-dominated industry, which I love it. So, but like I say, definitely have a lot of experience with being over the road, driving as a driver. Then, of course, going into the trucking business itself and owning the business about 10 years now after, coming off the road, started the first operation. So it's been a growing experience, of course, over this 20 years, and that's what we've just done. Again, it's just compiled all of our knowledge and experience from all areas of this industry to be able to provide services for everyone.
That's amazing. So from the military into a civilian opportunity, did you ever think that that's something that you would just kind of set off to do when you joined the military, or just kind of worked out that way?
I had not a clue that I was going to be driving trucks when I was in the military. When I got to the military, I actually, unfortunately, missed my first MOS, my first job. I was a half a pound overweight back then, 20 plus years ago, and I missed my first ship date.
Mm-hmm.
So then when it was time for me to get back in, have an opportunity to go back and try again, I pretty much just, took, the options that was available. And so after I got out of basic training, that's when I learned that, oh, you're driving as a truck driver. So, of course, I was just very excited about it because, again, I've always been, fascinated with trucks as it is. So to have that opportunity to do that in the military and then to be able to come back out of the military and still be able to continue a career, that's the best part about that I love with the experience. So, but yeah, I never thought that I'll be actually driving it, but growing up, I've always loved trucks.
I love it. Johnique, it's amazing how sometimes things happen and we don't know that there's a bigger picture that's being rewrote in our minds. And
right.
We thought that we were doing one thing. It was pretty evident it was meant for you to have this opportunity.
Right.
You're talking maybe 25 plus years when you said the military, and I know that the military tends to be stricter. And this was Army that you were enlisted in.
Yes, Army. Yes.
I know that certain branches are much tougher than others, but I think the consensus is pretty standard all the way around when it comes to weight. I remember I had a family member who had a parent that was Air Force, and she wanted to follow his footsteps, and she just kind of had a weight issue and never really got that to a point of control. So it was kind of that whole goal of doing that and following his footsteps kind of came to pass,
Right.
And so it just goes to tell you how committing sometimes to certain things opens you up to other opportunities. And you never even thought that you was going to join the military driving. And then so did they convert you over to a CDL and a civilian CDL pretty much?
Yep, actually back in the early 2000 is when I got my, it was the year of 2000 when I got my CDL for the civilian. And during that time, all the other states had done away with transferring your military license, license to drive. They've transferred that. They stopped transferring it over to civilian in all but two states, and the two states was Florida, which is I'm from Florida, and Louisiana. So, of course, as soon as I got out of the military, I went to Florida and switched it over because we were advised back then how big it is and important for us to make sure, even if we don't have a desire when we get out of the military, to be able to do driving, but still go ahead and get your CDL switched over, to a civilian, because how big it can be in the industry once you switch it over. So thankfully I did go ahead and switch that on over to the CDL for the civilian license. But like I say, it worked out great because I was able to use all my experience from the military and switch it right on over to the civilian. And it just made it a real smooth transition.
Transition, yeah, absolutely. So for you, now that you've been in trucking for a long time as a driver, what made you switch into the owner side of things of operations?
I would say from just, working at all the different companies. Again, I've been transportation manager, operations manager at, large trucking companies. I've managed, large companies, all their funds in regards to seeing all this money being made in trucking on the business side. And again, I'm like, I want in on that pie of all these billions. So that's what made me go into, into the trucking industry because, again, I want my share of the pie of this wonderful industry.
Absolutely, and there's more than enough for everybody, that's for sure. I think
definitely.
At this point, what would you say to those who are contemplating this? Beyond
I would just
some
say,
of the things you mentioned.
Right. My advice would be for anyone that's thinking about coming into this industry, do your research. Do your research as much as possible so that way you know a little bit about what you're getting into. I know a lot of people always tell me that the hardest thing, they want to do it, but they don't know where to start. Internet, Google, all that stuff will give you a lot of information, so at least you know where your starting points are. And then, of course, with companies like myself, which we are one of those rare few and far companies that actually offer the services but yet also educate and give knowledge to our contractors. So companies like us make it easier to be able to get started in the trucking industry to start their operation on their new journey. So I would just say, again, researching, the information so you become familiar with as much as possible, and then linking up with companies that provide services to help you grow as well.
Support, absolutely. So let's talk about your freight agent courses that you're now starting to offer. I announced the upcoming class on September 14th and 15th. Let's elaborate about what people can get from that and what opportunities maybe they can have in connecting with Solid Rock after that training.
Right. Well, the class is definitely coming up. It's going to be an awesome 2-day course that we're going to have. For anyone that's looking into coming into the freight industry on the freight side of the business, I would definitely recommend that you join this class. It's going to be great information. It'll teach you how to become a freight broker agent. First of all, it's going to teach you to understand the industry in itself so that you're just not coming into a classroom and just learning the book, but not understanding where the freight broker agent fit into this industry. We're going to give you the full breakdown of everything you need to know to get started, understanding it, and helping you build your business of customers to be able to be successful as a freight agent.
Nice. Now, for those who have trucking companies, does it behoove them to also consider taking this course?
Absolutely. When you have a trucking company, or especially for the ones that already have a trucking company, so you're already out there, getting in on the trucking side, so whether or not you have 1 truck, 2 trucks, or 5 trucks, that is just going to be an awesome class that you would definitely want to join because, again, being empowered and knowledgeable about this industry, it's going to take you a long ways. Again, even with coming in on the freight side, I recommend people that have a trucking company to definitely come in on the freight side of the business as well because what you're doing is maximizing your earnings, your potential earnings for both sides. And it's great because you're able to get paid on the trucking side and the freight side. And even for a person that doesn't have a really desire to go out and get their own customers for their trucking company, at least just being able to come in to sit in on the 2-day class, it's just going to open up your horizons on so many different levels of thinking in regards to how big this trucking industry really is. The class also gives information in regards to multiple streams of income within the same trucking industry. We'll show you how to do that, whether or not you're on the trucking side or the freight side. We show you how to maximize on all areas of this industry so that you can increase your earnings.
Johnique, for you, what makes it push for you to each day, just continuously to work in this industry? What are the driving points for you beyond, of course, the financial opportunities that you can gain from it?
Right. I would say the thing that drives me the most is just making a difference in people's lives. Again, with the industry that we're in and the business that we do and so many different areas of the business, we come in contact with whether or not it's drivers, owner-operators, our fleet owners, our contractors, our trucking company owners. Once they're able to go ahead and start seeing their money just rolling in and their operation moving like clockwork and they're making money at the same time, that's the most rewarding part. Again, the financial piece of the business is very very rewarding. But after doing this business for so many years, it's more than just financial piece to me. It's more of a rewarding part because I love sharing my information of all my experience and knowledge with other people, because in day and time like this, or any time when it comes down to business, people are not just very easily going to give you information or provide you information. So many times people want to just hold their information and not share it, or want to just say, okay, it's mine, and I'm just going to get to the top by myself, but not realizing it takes a team. You have to build partnerships sometimes to be able to grow to where you're trying to get to. So that's the part that's most rewarding to me, is just the opportunity to be able to share and help other people elevate and grow within this industry, because this industry is more than big enough for everybody to eat well.
Absolutely. And then beyond that, what is the opportunity for those who may take the freight broker agent course and want to get themselves involved in becoming an active freight agent? Because it's one thing to get the training, it's another to go active and hands-on from the classroom. Is there something that you're offering beyond that?
Right. Good question. So with that there, everyone that takes our freight broker agent class next month, that's coming up on the 14th and the 15th, you all will be able to have a place to where you can not only just take your class, like you said, take the class and learn the book information. You'll have an opportunity to be placed up under our authority to be able to go ahead and actively become a freight broker agent full effect, to where you're actually working. Now, that's an opportunity that a lot of places that offer this training, they don't provide that in regards to a direct source for you to be able to immediately come out of class and being able to go ahead and get started. A lot of places, they'll offer the class, you'll pay your money, you'll get the class information, and then you're still stuck at the next step because most of the brokers, they want you to be established already. They want you to come in with a book of business with shippers already.
Right.
Exactly. And we give opportunity is what we give here. We not only teach you the information, we'll hands-on training, all that stuff is included in our trainings. So we not only teach you, but we guide you. Your training also comes with a 6-month mentorship program. So you're not just taking a class, paying money, and then we don't hear from anybody anymore. You actually have a go-to person and a team that's there to support your growth every step of the way. So again, you come in as a training, learn business, and you can actually get started right away. We help you get going wherever you need to go at with this business.
Absolutely. I love it. So, Johnique, for you at this point, what is it that you're looking to grow to? Because you've been a truck driver, you've been a truck owner, you're now, offering these opportunities. I think I want to ask you to touch a little bit more on your management options, too, that you offer to those who are, truck owners. And support services. Yeah. Can you elaborate on that, too, real quick?
Absolutely. That's the services that we offer in regards to anyone that has a trucking company already. Again, whether or not it's a small trucking company with 1 or 2 trucks, or if you have 5 to 10 trucks, we actually offer management services with a full daily operation, including the 24/7 dispatching services. So if you've been taking all those calls from your drivers, from your customers, from your brokers, taking care of that 24/7, no longer do you have to do that because we're able to service your account. Again, our services offer the 24-hour dispatching services, full daily truck operations, full management of your business. We offer weekly settlement statement reports, so that way you're able to mirror everything and know what's going on with your business without having to man your business every day. We manage the whole complete process. Anything that needs to be done within your business on a daily operation basis, we take care of all that for you.
Nice. So at this point, what is the one thing that you can say is a goal for Solid Rock Solutions Group that you have not achieved, that you would like to achieve possibly for the end of the year and within the next year?
Right. Our growth over the next year or two, we have the short terms and, of course, long term as well. But even more so with goals that we're trying to accomplish now, it's just growing our operation and growing our team, of course, with more trucks. And the way we do that is just by contracting with other companies. So that's what we're looking to do, is just contract with as many companies as possible, whether or not they are established truck companies already or people who are looking to start the business. We're looking to network with as many companies as possible grow and bring about more freight opportunities for all of our trucks as well. So those are goals that we definitely are striving to do, again, with also growing our freight broker agent department. We definitely looking to grow that because that's something that we have not grown to the capacity that we're looking for. So that's why right now we're just trying to invite many people as possible into this industry because, again, it's an awesome industry that most people not even aware of how big it is, you know. So it's just a matter of, you know, getting out there and just letting people know about this information because it's going to help them and as well as going to help Solid Rock grow as well because we're going to be working together as a team.
Nice. And then what as far areas, is there certain areas that you're offering your freight agent courses?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I know, of course, Metro Atlanta. I know Metro Atlanta is definitely your first course that you're doing, which is coming up in September. Will there be other areas that you will also extend? Yes, for training and.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll be doing, like you said, Atlanta is our primary where we'll always have classes going on here, but we will be going into other states. Our states that's listed on the list so far for the upcoming classes will be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The next class after that will be in Dallas, Texas, and we're also going to be doing a class down in Florida in the Orlando, Tampa area.
Nice. So for those who have not had an opportunity to get aligned with a training that has really, you know, touched on the things and give you the good feeling of providing you the right resources, I definitely recommend Solid Rock Solutions Group. The course itself, September 14th and 15th, 2 days, hands-on workshop, a plethora of information, the 6-month mentorship after the training. That's big. That's a tremendous perk and a tremendous opportunity and an asset that you will not find in other organizations that are offering freight training courses. I can tell you that right now. So for those who, you know, that hear this broadcast, I know we kind of started out a little choppy in the beginning of the broadcast, but I think all the way through, we're introducing Johnique's background, the company's information, the sources of what she's providing. This upcoming freight agent course is going to give you all the things evident to kickstart a new career. Johnique, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, come right back, and I want you to just share how people can contact you and what steps they'll need to take next
sounds
to
good.
go forward. All right?
Okay, great.
Hold on there.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Ladies, are you looking for the next best find? Donche Shoutique will bring out your inner glam. The lady herself, Miss Donche, is dedicated to providing you with the latest in Hotlanta fashion footwear. It'll make you stand out at every event. In addition to our amazing prices, we are the go-to source for high fashion footwear. So stop by and shop online. We're sure to have the right shoes for you. www.donche-shoes.com. That's www.donche-shoes.com. Donche's is the only place you can go to still be sane and have a sure side.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
All right, and we're back from our quick commercial break, and we're at a wrap point. I think, Johnique, you have nailed and hit so many talking points about Solid Rock Solutions Group. I want to encourage those who have questions about the freight agent training to reach out to her directly. Sorry,
okay, yes.
Johnique, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
So, yes, I can. I muted out because I didn't want to call too loud on air. So I was saying that for those who have, course questions about the training courses, definitely if you go to the website, number one, there's quite a bit of information. As you can tell, Johnique is prepared and ready to give insight. And I think really at this point, you offer some special pricing, $5.99 for the course, which is an amazing price point, right? Most times you're going to find most of these courses are being offered $1,500 and up out the gate. and that's not including the 6-month mentorship, right? So for those who are, been considering, but not really knowing which way to go, which direction to take, definitely recommend jumping on this opportunity because the class amount of space is limited. I remember that that was emphasized early on. So we want to make sure that you put yourself in position to get your seat and get your information, the materials and everything that will be included in the course from Solid Rock Solutions Group. 20-plus years of experience in the trucking industry. You just can't not go wrong. I think, Johnique, one of the great things is your perspective. You've been in all phases, all facets. You have worked in all capacities in this industry. And now you've taken on a much bigger hat that just gives you a very finite position to mentor. Even if it came to people contracting with you, there's still a mentorship that's happening in those relationships, whether someone is paying you for courses or retaining you to work on the management side of helping to keep their trucking business going. And that's what it takes, and that's a part of the process. And I think that your attitude and your outlook is going to draw people to you.
Awesome.
And they'll just find, which I felt the same way when I had communication with you day one, is that you're sincere about, the knowledge and power that you possess. And you're like, it's not going to do me no good if I'm the only one sitting over here relishing in it and I can't leverage with it, right? My wife always says something very important, and I've learned to incorporate that in real true statements and say, listen, we can use each other. Let's not misuse each other. And so people tend to try to do things, and sometimes what makes people withdraw or pull in or get restrained, into a restrained situation sometimes with information is that maybe they've had an experience that didn't go so well. You know what I mean?
Right. And
they're fearful of going into that path. But at some point, we got to trust something, and I understand that. We interacted with each other for weeks without even physically meeting each other, right? But when people have a clear understanding, and the universe has a very unique way of saying, look, you want this, and then the energy of things will make the connection. And so
definitely.
Johnique, I think I know you're going to be extremely successful. I'm so excited to announce, even while we're on air right now, that you also are a Loudmouth media partner, and that our radio network will be sharing your information and all our upcoming episodes of your freight training courses, Solid Rock Solutions, options of what you offer for trucking companies and freight management, and just a plethora of services that you're able to offer to different people right wherever they are. And that's so important.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you to share your social media, your web presence, website information, and anything else that you think that people would need to know just to go forward and contact you and go from there.
Absolutely. You can reach me at my email address is Johnique Taylor at yahoo.com, and that's JOHNIQUE Taylor, TAYLOR at yahoo.com. You can contact me directly. I take calls 24/7, literally. You can contact me by phone or text. My phone number is 404-642-0555. You can also visit our website at www.solidrocksolutionsgroup.com. And then also our Facebook business page is Solid Rock Solutions Group as well, at Solid Rock Solutions Group. Anytime that you have questions in regards to, of course, once you guys come on board, if you're taking the freight broker agent class, or whether or not you're a small trucking company that's looking to explore our services and take advantage of our knowledge and experience that we can offer to you, please feel free to just shoot me an email or call me or text me so that I can go ahead and get that information to you so we can get started. And, again, once you get started with me and retain our services, you have full access to me. So now you have that go-to person that you can just simply call. Again, we offer the one-on-one training. We offer a one-on-one consulting. We offer so many different services to be able to meet all of your needs. And let me just repeat that phone number one more time. It's 404-642-0555. And for those that are listening and looking to get into this industry for the freight broker agent, or even if you're looking to start your own freight brokerage firm, definitely I highly encourage you guys to give me a call and register for these classes, because whether or not you're coming in as a freight agent or a freight broker, this class is definitely for you.
I love it, Johnique. I was going to tell you that for anybody that hears this broadcast, if you do not hear the frank, easy approach voice that is on the other line of this show and broadcast, you're making a sad mistake not using this resource. Because when I tell you, Johnique has no problem sharing information and is so intellectually, profoundly available when it comes to this business. And I hate to say this, and a lot of times this is the reaction that even, when you're a female and you're dealing with different industries that have had, a heavier male, especially maybe a white male presence or something of that dynamic for a long time, and then you have one of us come along that can give those resources just the same. Sometimes people will look and say, wow, and may minimize the ability and the knowledge of what you have. So I just want to let you know that you have my full support in my belief factors in everything that you're doing. And I'm just so grateful that we have made the connection. And it's my pleasure. And I'm excited for people who are wanting to get into this industry and have maybe played around, have been frustrated, didn't really know how to get started. All of that's really common, very typical. And it's not anything to feel bad about or or feel minimal about. This is a real opportunity to take this chance and build a great partnership and career. So, Johnique, thank you again for taking the time. I think when I tell you, when we have these type of segments where people get straight to it, it's not a whole lot that we need to repeat. You came straight in, went straight forward, and I think at this point it's just for people to get in contact, you get in front of you, set up appointment times with, or whatever it is that you need to do to move forward. So, Johnique, thank you again so much, and I'm so grateful for what you're able to bring to this industry.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johnique. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, if you have not had an opportunity to hear this show, you may have come in at a midpoint. Maybe you didn't hear it from the very beginning. You can archive this show. It will be available for playback, and it will be available for download on all of our different radio platform network apps, from iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You're definitely going to go directly to Loudmouth Radio Network on our website, loudmouthradio.com. And find your opportunity within this trucking business, and make a quaint, quiet, and sound decision for yourself. And I am so grateful for shows like this, because I know that there's specific people that are bringing such important things to their communities at large. And Solid Rock Solutions Group, by far, is doing an excellent opportunity of offering these freight agent courses as well as the services. So make sure you go online, solidrocksolutionsgroup.com. And guys, thank you again. Make sure you follow us, and we'll talk soon.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.